Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to my Sims 4 news video about the latest expansion pack, Snowy Escape. In this video, I'm going to go over what we know from the trailer, the blog post, and various other sources. First off, we know that the pack is releasing on Friday, November 13th, 2020 at midnight in your region on Origin for Mac and PC, and at 10 a.m. Pacific for Steam, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. That region means that those in Australia will get it sooner because midnight on the 13th is earlier for them than, say, those of us in North America who will get it last, and that midnight here is the Eastern time zone midnight. So people actually on the West Coast get it very late on the 12th. There'll be more information about that closer to the release date. First piece of news is actually from their press release, and in it shares the fact that this is the first world in The Sims 4 to introduce both residential homes and rental lots for vacationers, so you can live there or vacation there. There's going to be 3 new primary neighborhoods for Sims, and we can look forward to more than 130 new Create Sim items, and it looks like there's some things for toddlers. How much? I don't know, but in the trailer, which I'll be showing shortly, it does look that way. And we'll be able to keep our Sims warm and stylish, so we have winter activity wear, and we have both modern everyday and traditional Japanese-inspired fashion, because this world is a Japanese-inspired world, which will also impact on the furniture options and build-buy options that we are getting with the pack, and the details are there on the screen. I'm going to just have the trailer running in the background. I have slowed it down a little bit so you can take a closer look at some of the items. And in here we can see that we have Sims snowboarding and skiing and tobogganing. And there will also be some Sims mountain climbing later. And so snowboarding, skiing, and rock climbing or mountain climbing are all supposed to be new skills coming with the pack. So the key features indicates. Or the blog post. There's different sources, but that's essentially what it is. And what I'm curious actually is if you have fitness stuff, whether if you rock climb on that wall, if that will now build that skill if you also have this pack. There was a train coming in there. I'm kind of thinking it's decorative for this, what looks like a train station, and they're greeting each other. Looks like there's some culture in there, which looks fun. Kids and toddlers can toboggan, and kids can even ski on like the baby hills. And it's probably, you're supposed to start on the easier hills, and then the probably teens and up can move up and go on the the harder hills higher up. And we can see that there's like a gondola so that you can get up there, or your Sims can get up there. Here we show the mountain climbing, which is the one, or the rock climbing, which was the one that I was kind of wondering if that would tie into the fitness stuff pack. And here they're doing some hiking. Looks very, very cold, I have to say. And it looks like that's a tent and a bonfire. So I wonder if those are new things that come with that pack. We do have tents with outdoor retreat and bonfires, obviously, with get together. Or if those are just things that are placed in the world that your Sims can use. And there's a nice fireplace. And of course, this is the new hot spring that comes with it. I'm hoping that's an item that we can use. And it looks like there's public showers there that they can use, but it looks like they, I don't know if in the game, if that's just for display purposes, because they all had swimsuits on there because it was public. I think I'd be a little bit creeped out by that bug too, I have to say. They seem to think it's a little funny. Now here we're taking these pictures. Don't know if this is a new feature that we're going to be able to do this and like all the family and stuff like that in there, or if that's just, for presentation purposes for this and the cute little thing that I wonder if it's only the child seeing it or if everybody can see that little creature. So here we're moving into some of the build items you can see, and the ability to create a sanctuary with the new things. And one thing that they do mention is the fact that you take your shoes off when you go in the house. So I don't know if that's going to be related or tied into the items, like the special doors, or if it's going to be a lot trait or what. But right there, that is actually a platform. So it's not split leveling, but you can have platforms to build to sort of, I guess, create that a little bit. And new vending machines, which is also kind of fun. Lots of new hairstyles from the looks of it in this trailer, and some spectacular falls, which I don't know if there's a new that type or if it's just more that they maybe get dazed or hurt, because there is a mention of going in, relaxing to get over your sores from when this happened. So these are the actual key features that you will see when you go to purchase the pack. So the first one is you can chase your thrills, which we sort of talked about, and there's here the mention about sometimes dangerous excursions when you're mountain climbing. And here we have the information about the fact that there's the natural hot springs, they're calling them, and also unwinding over a hot pot around that special table that we saw in the trailer. And it looks like there's some new foods, which they also showed in the trailer. And in one of the pictures I saw, it looks like the toddler obviously can't sit at the table because toddlers can't sit at tables without a high chair, which I don't use. I usually just put a little chair close to the table so they can sit by the Sims eating their dinner, so I would probably do the same thing here. So here is some information about the creating your sanctuary, and there's the point about taking off your shoes at the Genkin entryway. So I don't know if like I said, if that's unique to specific doorways or how that's going to work. But we are going to be getting a live stream, which I'll go over very shortly, so we'll hopefully know more about that then, if not beforehand. And the big thing is that we now have this define your lifestyle, unlock new personality and relationship effects with the introduction of lifestyles and sentiments. Lifestyles manifest in response to your Sims' actions and habits, changing their behaviors appropriately. I honestly have mixed feelings about that type of thing because I know with the Get Famous and the quirks that you get because your Sims eat good food and so then they don't want to eat anything but good food. I'm not a big fan of that. I prefer it if I can sort of mold it myself. So I'm hoping that we can mold it so we can choose what we want versus it just randomly happening like it does with the quirks with Get Famous. But what might be fun is this sentiments that have a lasting impact on Sims' relationships to each other, affecting their social interactions. Now, with respect to these lifestyles, here's a little blurb from the press release that I had showed you earlier, and it says that there's up to 16 lifestyles that can manifest in response to these Sims' actions and habits, and they're supposed to change their behavior significantly more than create a Sims traits as they reflect a Sim's lived experiences. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to work. The live stream is going to be on October 30th at 11 a.m. Pacific with SimGuru Graham hostings. So it does say here to save our questions until then, so I don't know that we're going to learn much about the pack before the live stream. Sometimes they do share some stuff on Twitter. We shall see. And if you're wondering when that is for you, I have, as usual, a screenshot up of some, various locations around the world, but I will have a link that you can click on down below, which will tell you exactly where it is for you because it's just programmed to do that. And just sort of as a background aside, we know that the new world is Japanese inspired, and also SimGuru Graham had tweeted yesterday about how Maxie's partnered with Deligracy, James Turner, Lil Simsy, and Simlicy to bring it all to life. So I'm thinking that means that they maybe help with some builds and some Sims, but we shall find out more in the coming weeks, as is said there, perhaps either again in the live stream or perhaps in some other blog posts, because we do sometimes have more blog posts than what they release on the first day. And on sort of a fun note, there is actually a quiz where you can say what's your snowy escape, and you can answer some various questions about, where you're spending your day and what do you want to do and whatnot. And then it'll come back and tell you what you want. I've gone through this a couple of times. You can see this particular version that I did here. And in it, I came out with that my snowy escape is immersive, but I also did come up with inspirational when I answered questions slightly differently, because honestly, I didn't have any set answers for most of the questions. So let me know what you got down below. So I either got immersive or inspirational. But let me know what you think about the trailer. Are you excited for this pack? Is there certain aspects of the pack that interest you a lot? I do like that it is a world where you can vacation in and live in, and I would I know they said it's the first world where they're doing that. It would be really nice if that's something that they sort of made available for existing worlds. I'm thinking of Sulani in particular, because that would be really nice if we could actually vacation in Sulani as well as living in Sulani, but I don't know if that's asking for too much. But it would be a nice thing. I know there is a mod for that. It'd be nice not to have to use a mod because, of course, console users can't use mods, and not everybody wants to use a mod. But that is actually going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!